What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, and game number 2 between Team Dignitas and Alliance is coming your way. Game number 1 was kind of weird. Definitely Team Dignitas trying to run something a little bit different, and, well, it clearly didn't turn out well for them because Alliance did win that first game. But running dual lanes with the AA Earthshaker, I'm not too sure if that's the smartest idea for Team Dignitas. I mean, Team Dignitas is one of those teams that do like to experiment. Most of the time you see them experimenting with weird heroes, but I guess they also like to experiment with weird lineups, with weird laning as well. And I recall a little while back, everyone used to ban out AA from them. But I guess you could only go so far with your weird lineup before it simply does not work. So we'll see what they have in store for this game. It looks like they're going for something a little bit more standard so far, but who knows, they could always switch it up. Gyrocopter, Rubik, as well as the Darkseer, so gonna get a couple of varied lanes there. Rubik, Gyrocopter, a really solid support lineup, and the Darkseer, of course, will be most likely on that bottom lane, unless they want to do something weird like put him in the mid lane, but that works as well. That is Facebook. I'm just gonna close that real quickly. Alright, so everything that is making noise is now closed, and we could proceed with this game in complete silence. Magnus, Lifestealer, as well as the Lina being picked up from the Alliance, so most likely it's a hero for EGM for Loda as well as S4. Magnus going to head towards the mid lane and then have that Empower Lifestealer combination, so Alliance is going to be hitting hard in a pretty wide AoE. Magnus RP definitely going to help Alliance a whole lot in this game. The Lina also being a support hero who could make very good use of having heroes clumped up in a small area, which is why Team Dignitas also banning out the Jakiro. You don't want that much AoE on the other end, although Lifestealer isn't really an AoE carry like the Gyrocopter is, or like I would say the Luna is. With Empower, he does get to a little bit towards that point, not too much, definitely not as comparable as the Gyrocopter, but he contributes a little bit in the AoE as far as that is concerned as well. So Alliance are so far prepping themselves for a good amount of magical burst. In this particular situation, I think Rubik, his null field, might want to be leveled up by Team Dignitas. It really does depend, of course, on what Alliance decide to do for their next two picks. But if it's a really magical heavy team, then you might want to get that additional durability for your own guys. It's going to certainly help the Gyrocopter a lot. Darkseer is going to be even more tanky than he ordinarily is. So who knows with that. With the lineup that Alliance has right now, the Lina at the third pick is a, well, I mean, there's a whole bunch of support heroes that they could have picked, but instead going to go for the Lina. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Shadow Demon picked up from Alliance, although we do have Chen as well as Enchantress still in the pool, so Aki could get his signature hero. Not too sure if it'll fit fantastically well with the Alliance side right now. I mean, they already have the Lifestealer as well as the Lina, so that LSA is most likely going to hit whoever they launch it on. But I think that right now both teams would probably be interested in running safe tri-lanes, unless Alliance pick up that Chen or Enchantress, in which case they might go, unless they pick up something other than the Chen or Enchantress, in which case they might want to go aggressive with something, with another support hero. But Team Dignitas could definitely get the Gyrocopter safe farm, being supported by the Rubik, and have the Darkseer on the top lane, throw out Ion Shells towards the Lifestealer, and just harass him back a little bit. You won't be able to prevent him from farming, but you certainly will make it annoying for him. Final ban out, the support from Team Dignitas, it's going to be the Bane. They're just getting rid of all possible crowd-controlling supports that they could possibly target, knowing that Alliance would like to have another support. Team Dignitas, though, they're also after another support. They have the Rubik, and possibly they're looking for a Lancer pick or a Shadow Demon pick, and they do already have the Gyrocopter, which AoE does run quite frequently on the Team Dignitas side. But hey, they could just as easily put that Gyrocopter in the mid lane, have him go toe to toe with Magnus, harass him back with the flat cannon. So it's going to be a puck for the final ban out. Alliance really targeting those mid lanes for Team Dignitas. So yeah, I guess they really think that Gyrocopter is going to go in the carry role, and it's kind of understandable why they would think so. I would agree with them. I think that Gyrocopter is probably best suited for now into that mid role, but we'll see. We shall definitely see. In Team Dignitas, they have a decent amount of AoE as well to counter Alliance's AoE. They have the Gyrocopter who's like full on AoE, although Rubik not so much. Magnus has got to be careful so that he doesn't get his RP stolen by that Rubik. That could turn fights around, especially when you have a wall of replica on your side as well. But for now, Team Dignitas probably going to look towards a mid lane. We do have the Warlock still in, but it's going to be a little more standard. I was kind of hoping to, you know, urge Team Dignitas to pick up that Warlock, but they're going to go for a little more standard in that Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain versus Magnus, we've seen that a million times before. Queen of Pain should have the edge there. Really, it's going to be rare to see a Queen of Pain that doesn't have an edge in a lane. And Alliance, their final support pick is going to be the Shadow Demon. Once again, not really surprising. Just going to get even more set up, and now they could actually go aggressive with this tri-lane between the Lina as well as the Shadow Demon. That has Aki as well as EGM covered. So they're still looking for someone to, for Bulldog to play, perhaps. Nature's Prophet would be the one I would assume that they're going to go for. Just put a super amount of pressure onto that bottom lane of Team Dignitas, where most likely Gyrocopter is going to be headed with the Rubik and Enigma, actually. So Team Dignitas going for a lot of AoE. So Team Dignitas with their final two picks, getting a supreme amount of team fight, really. Black Hole, Sonic Wave, Wall of Replica, Call Down. That is a very, very dead Alliance side, even though they do have the Lifestealer, who will be able to rage and mitigate a lot of that. If his team is dead, then Lifestealer can only do so much. He really needs that additional support just to, you know, throw out a couple more spells, even take a couple hits. And Alliance is actually going to go for the Storm Spirit, so I'm thinking it's going to be a safe lane Magnus and Storm Spirit in the solo mid lane. Yeah, S4 is going to pick up that Storm Spirit, and Magnus is going to be handled by Bulldog. So, yeah, Alliance is going to expect the Darkseer to run into the Magnus on that top lane, and they're going to look for a tri lane. I think it will benefit them just because Team Dignitas, although the Enigma is a dangerous hero once he decides to come out of the jungle, he probably... What is this core? That's awesome. Oh my god, this core is amazing. The Enigma doesn't have that active presence that a different, more quote-unquote standard support hero, that non-jungling support hero would. Anyway, let's go over who's playing what first. Aoi going to be playing the Gyrocopter hard carry, sneaking, going to be heading towards the mid lane as the Queen of Pain, Fogged, supporting as the Rubik. We do have Way Too Sexy, heading up towards the top lane for now as the Enigma, but he's prepped up 100% for the jungle, so he's probably just going to go up there to help support this, help secure this rune. Universe is going to be on the Darkseer. On the Alliance side, we have S4 on the Storm Spirit, Aki playing that Lina with the best skin in the game, Loda is on the hard carry Lifestealer, EGM is on the Shadow Demon, and Bulldog, Captain Bulldog, I'm pretty sure he just got demoted. I'm not 100% sure on the rankings of the Navy, but I'm pretty sure Admiral is at the top, so I don't know why you would voluntarily demote yourself like that. It seems like a poor career move, but hell, I'm not in the Navy. I don't know. I don't know how those things work. I'm just saying, if you're an admiral, you're pretty much at the top, right? It's like being a general, except for the Navy. I don't know. But anyway, it is going to be Bulldog, Captain or Admiral or whatever. He's going to be playing the Darkseer on the bottom lane. It looks like Alliance going to find themselves a very early invisibility rune. I think this is spotted out by Universe, so there should be no surprises. However, just the fact that EGM now has that invisibility support does mean that everyone has to watch their asses at least just a little bit. Fogged, he's got to be a little bit careful, and EGM doesn't have them. Oh, he does have them spotted out. Fogged, gonna plant a sentry ward down though, and he's gonna deward and be completely fine. EGM is spotted out 100%, but it's actually going to be initiation regardless. Aki's got to get close enough for an LSA. No, sneaking is gonna zone him out, and Alliance is actually going to run a tri-lane mid. Well, this is interesting to say the least. This is going to be Bulldog versus Aoi, 1v1 on this bottom lane. Should favor the Gyrocopter. Doesn't have as much burst as the Magnus, assuming Magnus keeps his proximity to his own creeps and keeps away from the Gyrocopter. Top lane is going to be Universe, going toe-to-toe with S4. His Ion Shell spam should be enough to really deal with the Storm Spirit, and he should be able to get a good amount of CS there. But really in this mid lane, it's going to actually be a dual lane. Okay. You don't really need the Shadow Demon to set up kills, you just really need the open wounds. It's going to be a little bit difficult with Queen of Pain blinking, so it's kind of a questionable decision for teamed up. Disruption on this top lane, S4 going to lay down some remnants. Universe almost getting blocked in, but he should be fine, could salve up right now, and yes, he will do so. I gotta say, a questionable decision for Alliance to lane this Lifestealer in the mid lane. Oh, Universe might still be in trouble, actually. He's going to turn around for EGM, burn him down a little bit with the Ion Shell, but it's only level 1. EGM should be fine. S4 is coming in, doesn't have a pull, however. If Universe dives this, he will get it. Wow. S4 without the pull. And Universe just walking Shadow Demon down for the first blow to the level 1 Ion Shell. That really shouldn't have happened. He had Disruption that entire time. he could have disrupted himself or the enemy or something, but I guess not. I guess he wanted to draw. He thought he was tanky enough to draw Universe into the tower so that he would take a couple hits, then S4 could open up on him, and then he'll disrupt himself to save himself from that damage. But, well, clearly that that plan didn't really work. But anyway, as I was saying, twice before I was interrupted, kind of surprised that Alliance would voluntarily lane their Lifestealer here. Yes, Lifestealer will be able to get a good amount of farm. He has a lot of base damage, and he'll be able to handle the Queen of Pain's magic damage because, well, he'll eventually have Rage, so he'll be safe to do that. But they can't really get a kill onto Sneaking unless Aki lands a LSA like that, and even then, Sneaking does have the blink. Loda will be able to get 1, maybe 2 hits max before that Queen of Pain blinks away. Instead of, say, if you were laning your Lifestealer on the bottom lane, then Aoi doesn't have that escape. He, yes, will be able to pop out the Rocket Barrage, but if you're in the Rage form, you're not going to care about that. And then you'll actually be able to do damage with the Lifestealer. But for now, Loda, his open wounds really isn't going to be doing much. If the Queen of Pain gets stunned from a wild light strike array from Aki, then the open wounds, what is it going to do? Like hold him so he could blink away slower? It's not really going to be doing much. Loda's going to get farm on this lane, but I just feel like there's a lot of wasted potential on this Lifestealer. At the same time, they are giving Admiral Bulldog, they're kind of shafting him on this bottom lane. He's not having a fun time versus the Gyrocopter, and he could be going in the mid lane versus Sneaking, where he probably won't be having too much fun either, but it's a Queen of Pain, and, well, they're just laning the Magnus mid, I feel, probably would have been smarter. Now Sneaking, open wounds, not going to matter, see? Open wounds completely wasted, and Loda's burning a lot of his mana, 110 per pop. You can only cast 2 of them before you're all tapped out. Top lane, Universe getting pulled back by the Storm Spirit. Will be fine even though he does have the curse on him. Going to run that bottle and will regenerate up very, very healthily. And this top lane, so far not working well for Alliance. Mid lane, I would say even though they're getting a good amount of farm onto Loda, they could be getting just so much more if they decided to lane this a little bit standard. So I'm not sure what these teams are thinking with all these kind of weird laning setups. It's maybe they had a mutual agreement to run weird ass lanes, but either way, I do think this is going to be favoring Dignitas just a little bit. Sneaking isn't going to be getting any kills on this lane for quite a while, actually. He could try to go for Lina if once he gets his Sonic Wave, might be able to burst her down 100 to 0. But until then, he's still getting CS. He's still getting experience, and really this Alliance dual lane, if you're going to run a dual lane, you want to be, your objective is to shut down the enemy mid laner, and that by shutting down, it means prevent them from getting gold, prevent them from getting farm, prevent them from doing this. Although, you know, Blink to Scream won't do too much. Universe actually teleporting into the mid lane, kind of a weird decision from him, but he's going to head back towards the top lane, so try to minimize the lost farming time. But look at this, Loda getting out leveled just by 1 level, but Sneaking is also leading in the CS. So this mid lane for Alliance, as far as I'm concerned, is so far a complete failure. They haven't been able to shut Sneaking down. They can't. With the heroes they have, they just simply can't do it. If you have someone like a CK and a Lina, then you can do it. Because you stun him once with the CK, start beating him down, LSA, continue beating him down, and then Queen of Pain, she could get a blink off, but she's going to be a lot weaker. And Lifestealer with a slow, not a stun, is not going to be able to pull that off, so I do think it'll be best for Alliance to make a little bit of a lane swap. To their credit, S4 is getting a lot of gold, but I mean, Aoi is also getting a lot of gold because Admiral Bulldog, or I guess Captain Bulldog, can't really do much to stop this Gyrocopter from farming. Just popping off 1 point in that, well, I guess 2 points in that flat cannon, and the Magnus takes a good chunk of damage, and there's no way for him to avoid that except for being very, very far away. He is level 4, but at the same time, the support Fog is also level 4, being the dedicated puller, way too sexy. Even moving up to the top lane, level 5 on him, has a soul ring completed, and now is looking to get a little bit of enemy jungling action going. Just maybe aggressive pushing on this top lane, but I think against the S4's static remnants, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Sneaking, oh, just barely bottling up that rune before Aki does destroy it. Oh, wait. A little bit of engagement onto EGM, but he is going to slip away. Now we see Sneaking, gonna pressure back Loda, has his wounds opened up, gonna blink forward, straight into S4 with that pull, there you go, setting up for an LSA, Sneaking gonna drop. And that is pretty much exactly what they needed to do. They need, well, if S4 was here, or if anyone else with the disable was here instead of the Lifestealer, that could have happened like 3 minutes ago, really. But Loda really, I guess in that case, worked because he push the Queen of Pain back into his team, but you can't always count on that. It will rarely work. Now EGM, very low on HP, is going to self-destruct, but I don't think he could actually get out of this. Universe doesn't have a surge, however, and EGM trying to make his way to the trees. Universe is absolutely fearless, though, going to chase down this Shadow Demon, although, yeah, he's going to give up the chase. Universe knows that he doesn't have any creep support. He's going to run out of there. S4 is teleporting in, however, Universe might be in a little bit of trouble. S4, are you going to burn mana? He's going to burn mana, but Universe went the complete opposite direction. Does have another surge, and it looks like he might be in the clear. Bottom lane, Fogged as well as Owie, pushing this wave out with that Black Cannon, sending missiles after Bulldog, who really still, level 4, cannot get much done. Fogged, now with 2 points in that telekinesis, can pose a really substantial threat. A telekinesis into a call down, and Magnus is going to be forced to skewer out, else he loses his life. Aki here as well, but I guess that's going to benefit Dignitas a little bit. They have another target that they can go for, a much easier target. We'll have to worry about these huge line nukes, which pretty much demolished everything. But still, Lina is incredibly soft as a hero, and just a simple telekinesis, Fade Bolt, call down, that should be enough to bring down the Lina with a couple of auto attacks in between those. Gyrocopter is packing 1,400 gold after the phase boot, so he's doing pretty well for himself. Let's see if it's going to be a Shadow Blade or a Drum build for this Gyro. Tower does get destroyed. Now Bulldog almost going to get pulled up. No, Fogged a little bit too slow. He's instead going to look for Aki. There's the call down, lifting him straight up into the air for both missiles to land. Shuffton, though, is going to save her from the second one. EGM taking a good amount of damage, but Universe is here. Fade Bolt going to fly through, and then the Black Cannon, one shot, two shot, instantly both supports down from Alliance. Here comes S4, but really he doesn't have any viable targets. He does actually with Loda, but the surge onto Owie will prevent the open moves from doing anything. S4, low on mana, will be forced to get away. Fogged looks like he will, in fact, drop from this. Loda just a little bit too quick for him with those phase boots. Storm Spirit actually picking off the Gyrocopter with one final click, but S4 now out of mana. In the meantime, Bulldog still very low. Fogged somehow still alive. He is going to drop in the end, but Sneaking is here. Another Blink to Screen, but he doesn't have any mana. Blink to right clicks maybe will kill off Admiral Bulldog, and he needs mana like right now. Oh, but this open wounds from Loda keeping Sneaking away. Coming into this fight with no mana, really not going to help out Dignitas that much. Sneaking might actually drop here. One more right click will do it. There you go. Blink not in time. It's going to be 3 down for Team Dignitas after the trading 2 supports away. Where did Universe go, actually? He's still around. Still sending ion shells down the lane. But Alliance with some effective rotation, and the rotation from Dignitas just not as effective. Aki, does he have a Laguna Blade? No, he's only level 4. Way too sexy. He's going to slip away from this fight. But Sneaking coming in with no mana is not incredibly useful, and Owie already dropped his entire payload. Alliance bringing in a lot of heat there, and S4 using his mana very effectively with that bottle, with the treads. You could bet that there's a little bit of tread switching going on to chase down Owie. Did manage to pick up the kill in the end, but you know, Owie already had the Claymore, didn't really lose all too much. But in total, it is going to favor Alliance. They got a couple more kills, losing their 2 supports, but picking up Owie. Hell, even that trade might be in itself worth it, but getting all those other additional heroes, getting 2 kills, 2 assists onto Loda, that makes it like super worth it. So it's like worth it times 2. Team Dignitas, though, not going to be set back by that. Going to use their early game pushing with the Enigma, who is currently not there. Maybe they're not going to bring Way Too Sexy up to the top lane, but they want to take a tier 1 tower regardless. Alliance so far not in position to deal with that, but they do now have an RP up on the Magnus. Lina is almost at that Laguna Blade, so Alliance's mid game is almost is almost going to be maxed out as far as its power is concerned for this point in time. A huge jump in power will happen once the Magnus hits its level 6, which he already has, and then an even bigger jump in power with that Laguna Blade, where you could instantly bring down the likes of Queen of Pain or Enigma or even Fogged. The tower, though, will be brought down. S4 does have a Lifestealer Bomb inside of him. Does he want to go to the top lane, or I think he's waiting for someone to teleport down here. Then whoever's going to come in first is going to get a Face Full of Pain. Sneaking. Don't want to go there. Sneaking. Blink away right now. Oh, pulled in. Loda's there as well. Sneaking dead. Definitely didn't see that one coming. Call down's going to thin the creep wave a little bit, but Owie's going to have no part in that. Really very effective baiting from S4. Absolutely fearless, and Queen of Pain, she should have shift queued a blink, but I'm pretty sure Storm Spirit's pull will come out before the blink if S4 was just, you know, spamming his electric vortex right where the teleportation was coming in. We even have more rotation coming in. It's going to be Bulldog as well as Aki looking for the Gyrocopter. Not going to find him. The rest of Dignitas moving in under the cover of smoke, and there is a black hole. Bulldog going to be spotted out, and Owie is going to get jumped on by the Storm Spirit. There's the Skewer in as well. Black hole is going to be there. whatcha walking in, though, going to get hit by an RP. No black hole is going to happen this fight. He doesn't have enough mana, doesn't have a soul ring, but it won't help. He's going to live actually at 4 HP. The Lina not doing enough damage for that. Fog now going to get his wounds open. There's a Shockwave going to kill him off. Fog's going to take a Laguna Blade straight to the face. S4 low on mana, and he's on the run. Will burn the rest of his mana, but he's not going to escape this. Ion Shell is going to kill him off. Loda as well as Aki managing to slip away, and this tower will survive, but Team Dignitas losing their Gyrocopter, losing their Enigma, who really had nothing to contribute to that fight, needed to get a black hole in, but the RP from Alliance just a little bit quicker. It is going to put Alliance that much further ahead now, 5 to 8. Gold earned still in favor of Team Dignitas because of that dedicated jungler in the Enigma, as well as the tower advantage which they have. 3 towers down for them, 0 down for Alliance, but the experience is now going to start to bend back towards the Alliance side, even after that kind of weird mid lane run. Loda's still finding his early mid game. He's being relatively active along the map, especially as far as lifestealers go. He's hit the level 10 mark now, almost level 11, and really it doesn't matter if he didn't shut down the Queen of Pain much, because he's definitely having, I would feel, a bigger contribution than this Queen of Pain, who just constantly is getting caught out of position and getting picked off. He's now going to go on the hunt, might find S4, but I don't know if the Queen of Pain can actually kill the Storm Spirit off. She's looking for someone jungling, not going to find anyone at all. I just feel like Team Dignitas, they're coming a little bit late to the parties, and they're not coming in all at the same time. Whereas Alliance, when they're fighting, everyone is there, and if they're not there, then it's going to be the only one who's not there is S4, and he's going to be there relatively quickly. Smoke up now, sneaking still in that invisibility room. Gonna spot out Loda, gonna spot out S4. There's a stun. Nope. Stun this time. Lifestealer with a quick rage. Going to save himself, and smoke gank, invisibility rune kind of being wasted there. Dr. Pepper. Num 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 num. Lots of Alliance heroes want blood in this mid lane, though. It's gonna be a 4v4. RP is available, but Bulldog nowhere to be found. It looks like Alliance, well, Team Dignitas definitely smells something coming. They're going to leave Owie on this top lane. He now does have a Shadow Blade. Is there any True Sight on the Alliance side? Not just yet. Gyrocopter will have a 1 or 2 escapes out of that Shadow Blade before the enemy team really smartens up, and they might be able to burst him down regardless, because they do have a lot of AoE.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They managed to lock him down for long enough they could prevent him from using that Shadow Blade, but Gyrocopter is going to fall back, and now Loda might be in a little trouble. Does have the armlet relatively quickly, 14 minutes in. I mean, it's not the quickest armlet I've seen, but still, considering his start in the mid lane, it's not bad at all. So Loda having a really large contribution to these fights, whereas Gyrocopter kind of not so much. He's really been the target of focus, and even if Lifestealer does dive in first, he has rage. You're not going to be able to focus him unless you get a BKB off, but good luck getting a BKB with so much damage and stuns flying your way. whatcha's going to have a little bit of trouble in getting that. The Black King Bar definitely going to help. As soon as an engagement starts, he's going to pop that off in case he is the target of the Storm Spirit. But here we go. Team Dignitas, this is going to help him out an incredible amount. He was at, what, 760? Now he's at 800, level 10, which he just broke. He's going to get to level 11, possibly, out of this. And, yeah, that's 300 gold. Level 11 is on the way. Owie is going to skyrocket on the gold per minute graph. Not sure who's been stacking this the entire time, but Owie is definitely going to be fortunate that he does have that available to him. Both teams, though, just farming right now. If it does come to a late game versus late game battle, it's really going to depend not so much on the teams. I feel like the teams are relatively even. It's going to depend on who lands what spells and how many people they get. BGM on the run. S4 going to find Loda, Fogged, I'm sorry. Is he going to pull him? Not in time. Ball lightning stolen by the Rubik. He's going to get pulled in regardless. Aki, though, getting shredded by the Rocket Barrage. Is he going to land a stun on Fogged? So far it is a 1-for-1 trade. No, whatcha also getting dropped down to the Lifestealer, actually. No escapes from that Lifestealer when you're slow Enigma. It's going to be 2-for-1 trade, benefiting Alliance this time. S4 invisible. Going Gonna go hunting just a little bit. They do have Bulldog on the high ground, ready to skewer in for an RP. Other than that, it should be a relatively easy tier 1 tower unless Team Dignitas decide to fight this, which could be a mistake. Bulldog on the high ground still. Call down's going to happen, but there's the ball lightning in. Straight for Owie. The Shadow Blade is there. Dust being popped off. Owie should escape, although S4 is right on his ass. RP is going to be used for Owie. Doesn't even need it. Sonic Wave going to fly through. Hit onto 3, but an RP onto Sneaking. Black Hole from Way Too Sexy threatening with it. Doesn't actually have it. Used in the last fight. Did the RP get stolen? Yes, it did. Fogged has it. Going to catch 2 with it. There goes Admiral Bulldog. And Loda actually investing into the creep, so he's going to keep himself alive for now, but he's going to try to go for Owie, but there's so much damage. He's all alone. Loda does not have a shot to escape this. So Team Dignitas turn it around just a little bit. Really a key steal there by Fogged with that RP, shutting down the Magnus, and well, it was also a good play by Loda. Maybe a lucky play, maybe he knew that Fogged had his RP, but he infested into an enemy creep at the perfect moment. He jumped in as soon as the RP landed, so it is going to put the score now at 9-11, and Owie, I think he managed to slip away from there with his life. No, he actually brought back into the game and teleported. So even though Team Dignitas do clean up a good amount of Alliance heroes, S4 going to jump straight in. Huge damage from that Dragon Slave. Way Too Sexy going to get a stun to Aki, but Way Too Sexy going to drop himself. There's the mech from someone. It was, I don't even know who. The Good Blade going to fly through, kill off the Enigma. Now Bulldog on the chase for Sneaking, as well as Owie. S4 still playing games around with that Darkseer, who's trying to take out Lina before he did himself go down. Unsuccessful in doing so, however. And who has the mech? It's actually Darkseer had the mech in that fight. But Team Dignitas overextend just a little bit too much, and still, these heavy AoE spells from Alliance, just a simple Dragon Slave hit several people with, like 3 or 4. Oh, Sneaking. Sneaking not done yet. Gonna find another kill, but
was it really that bad?
Still, just Shockwave and Dragon Slave, those are some pretty high damage spells, and that time they hit a good amount of people. Sneaking on the run, doesn't have a TP scroll, and S4 is coming in to zone him off. This could be the death of Sneaking. There's the pull in. Damage is there with a double damage rune, actually. Sneaking gonna blink away one last time, straight into Loda. And Alliance had him completely surrounded. Queen of Pain does go down. Alliance finding a little bit more of an experience lead, although Dignitas, every time when these fights aren't happening, they're gaining an experience. They're farming up a lot more efficiently than the Alliance side. Every time the fights do happen, it's a huge drop-off, and then, you know, no fight, no fight, no fight, fight, huge drop-off. So Alliance still not technically ahead, although their team fight really showing to be a little bit more powerful than Team Dignitas is at the moment, mostly because the black holes haven't been too effective from Way Too Sexy. It's a giant spell that they're going to have to rely on moving forward into this game. But so far, black hole, been used once? I didn't even hear it, so must have not lasted for very long. He was probably using it over here to hold out the Lifestealer for a little bit, but clearly that didn't work because he died. The black hole will be up again relatively shortly, and he will have now a BKB to help deal with some of this magical lockdown from Alliance. It's going to help the Enigma a lot, but still he's going to be reliant on the Darkseer with the vacuum to set most of that up, because Enigma still is a relatively slow hero. He won't be able to walk in and effectively get a black hole, especially when Alliance do have the likes of the Storm Spirit or the Skewer out, or now I guess the Blink out from Bulldog. It's going to be hard for the Enigma to land a black hole onto more than one person. Lifestealer, definitely easy to do, unless he has another baller infest, but here we go. Team Dignitas looking for a fight. Universe and Fogged leading the way. Going to spot out Aki. Are they going to go for it? Way Too Sexy going to breach the high ground. Aki as well as EGM, both in a little bit of an odd position right now, really far away from their team. Stun onto EGM. Fade Ball as well. Lifts up into the air. Universe going to take an LSA. There's a self-destruction. Universe, though, is there with the Ion Shells. Can do the damage. S4 going to dive straight in for it. Oh my god, a 3-man RP, but the 3-man black hole instantly in response. Wall being dropped. Owie with the call down. Loda is the only one to survive that so far, and he's going to drop soon enough as well. And there's the team fight from Team Dignitas. That's the AoE team fight that I was talking about. They're still on the chase. No, Aki teleported out, I guess. No, got out somehow. Not sure how Aki actually managed to get back to the base. Did he die? He didn't die. I don't know what happened to the Lina, but either way, landing a 3-man RP, instantly being responded by a 3-man black hole, and then the wall, the call down, everyone from Alliance evaporated. And yes, Team Dignitas didn't even have that Sonic Wave on top of that. Queen of Pain getting soloed out really hard by the Storm Spirit, who really has it out for this Queen of Pain this entire game. But really, a beautifully fought team fight from Team Dignitas. It looked a little bit bad after getting hit by that RP. But you know what? When you have a black hole ready, and Fog did even what he still Shadow Poison. Gonna find the Shadow Demon as well. Completely surrounded. Rocket Barrage going to buzz him down. You do have Captain Bulldog trying to move in once again. There's S4 going to jump in all alone, actually. He's going to try to go for Fogged. Will make that kill happen. Skewer is going to miss on the way to Sexy Call Down. Going to hit onto S4. Miss Admiral Bulldog, however. Universe still on the front lines. Going to go for Aki straight away. There's the Sonic Wave from Sneaking. Going to get opened up immediately from the LSA. Loda going to have all the free time in the world to bring down one. Might bring down two, although Universe with that surge will keep himself alive. S4 also on the run from Aoi. It's another 3 down for Alliance. Team Dignitas once again loses the Queen of Pain. So far, Sneaking has not had the most luck, although burning the Sonic Wave in order to get the team a couple of kills, trading his life for it. Team Dignitas getting some much-needed kills in this game, really reinforcing their team fights. They know that if they get a good team fight, they clean up Alliance. But Alliance with their Storm Spirits are going to be really reliant onto S4 in order to solo out one hero, pick them off, and then make the team fights that much easier. Still going to be a little bit difficult if you get caught with a 3-man black hole, but hey, that's the risk that you're going to have to take when you're fighting up against an Enigma. Enigma with the Black King Bar should be relatively safe versus the Storm Spirit. The Storm Spirit jumps in, Black King Bar immediately going to pop off, or I guess maybe Sneaking is going to be the target of focus because Queen of Pain does still do a lot of damage. But Dignitas with some pretty good team fights, taking down a tier 2 tower as well. They still have their tier 1 mid somehow. I'm actually not sure how that tower is still alive. They do have still the gold advantage because of all these towers that they've been picking up, as well as the farm experience this time. The fight led to an increase in the experience for Team Dignitas. But 23 minutes in, still a relatively even on the kill score. Let's see how the two carries are farming. Gyrocopter does have more gold per minute. Does he have more net worth? Yes, he does. He's actually going to go for a little bit of everything. I think he's going to go for the butterfly. Was probably planning on the BKB, but decided against it after he found himself with 3,300 gold. That's what I'm assuming. These two items don't build into anything together, so I guess Gyrocopter going to go for that evasion. Is going to help him an incredible amount versus this Lifestealer, who's hitting pretty hard with the Desolator. It looks like that's incoming. It's going to be an MKB. That Alliance need to kill off this Gyrocopter effectively, unless he gets hit in an RP, in which case it won't really matter. But Aoi looking for a lot of damage, and he will get it. However, with this kind of glass cannon-y build, he's going to have to be forced to watch his positioning. We do see another push in this mid lane attempt. There's a 2-man in the back, but they're all going to get away, so it doesn't even matter. S4 still on the sidelines with Aki, I'm sorry. Going to spot out Aoi 100%. Are they going to go for it? They are. Going to burst through the trees. Going to get silenced as well. Laguna Blade will kill off Aki unless there's a mech here. There is a mech, and the Orchid will not take him over. Alliance burning a lot for that, but they will not kill off the Gyrocopter, even burning a dust. So a little bit of a failed attempt from Alliance. I do like the idea, though. I mean, the Gyrocopter was right there. You kind of have to go for him in that sense. Burning everything they had. Only level 1 Laguna Blade, although I don't think level 2 Laguna Blade would have done it either. We now do see a possible Roshan attempt for Alliance. They're instantly going to smoke up, though. They're baiting everyone from Team Dignitas up to this high ground. Is Aoi alive? Yes, he is relatively healthy. Almost does have his butterfly as well, but Way Too Sexy going to get caught out by S4, and Loda dead in an instant. Enigma is gone in this fight. Universe on the run, getting hit by a 1-man RP, skewered back into the clutches of Alliance. He's going to drop down as well. Sonic Wave as well as Call Down. So there's a pretty heavy damage to Loda. What got stolen by Fog? Only a Shockwave, but Aoi just standing here with that flag cannon. Get a kill off Aki, get a kill off Loda perhaps. 3 down, 2 down actually from Team Dignitas. Third actually bought back. One more flat cannon shot will kill off S4. Teleportation out from Bulldog will get out of there alive. But now EGM on the run. Aoi gonna get surged forward. EGM not long for life. Doesn't have a disruption. Doesn't have anything to save himself. The Rocket Barrage will kill off this Shadow Demon. And one more right click with Shadow Blade. Triple kill for the Gyrocopter. That is on the back of a very, very nice Sonic Wave. Very, very nice call down. Splitting up Alliance, and really it was up to the Universe to kind of just take a lot of the aggro from Alliance. They decided they wanted to kill the Starkseer, but if you just look at the Starkseer, mech, plate mail, how much physical reduction? 58% physical reduction. It's going to take a lot to bring down the Starkseer. And all the while, Aoi just on the edge. Fortunately for him, he, as I said before, is going for a very glass cannon-esque build. And if the glass cannon build works, if your enemies don't see you and don't target you, and that's exactly what happened, just stood on this piece of land right here, and then just flat cannoned everyone out. And at that point, you can't really close the distance again because half your team is out of position. you're going to be forced to take that damage. Now Aoi with the butterfly looking to do even more damage. Hopefully next fight, Way Too Sexy won't get caught off again, but hell, even 4v5 from the get-go. Dignitas managed to turn that one around. Now they're going to look for another tier 2 tower. Aoi on the front lines with that flat cannon, going to shred down EGM with one hit, bringing him down so low. Tower going to drop. Admiral Bulldog does have a RP soon enough. S4 going to jump in with Loda, instantly bring down the Rubik. Open wounds onto Aoi. Is there a surge? There is not. RP though, gonna catch two. Where's the black hole? Way Too Sexy needs to cast it right now. Will get brought down. No, he's gonna get it onto Loda with the black hole, with the BKB. Will keep himself alive. Aki does cancel that black hole. Fire off the Luna Blade before he does die. But it's a triple kill for Aoi. S4 on the run, gonna get killed by sneaking as well. EGM, the last one alive. S4 actually going to buy back. Try to go for Universe, perhaps. Huge zip in. Does he have a pull? He does. And Universe is going to get brought down by S4. Where's the additional support? It's not there. Aoi, in the end, did trade his life for that fight. Sneaking is going to somehow escape with full HP. Queen of Pain on the outskirts of that fight the entire time. There were buybacks there, and there were several kills that got traded. I wish I could actually scroll this part up so I could see everything that happened in its entirety. Sneaking though, going to get caught out. Silence with the Orchid. Teleportation coming in from the Rubik is going to be cancelled, and Sneaking wouldn't be a fight in this game if Sneaking didn't get picked off in some way. And Queen of Pain does find a way to die in the end. Let's take a look at how the Golden Experience in the end turned out. It looks like it favored Alliance just a little bit, although they did buy back. So let's take a look at the buybacks. Who bought back? Lifestealer, two buybacks from Alliance. Oh wait, did Lifestealer buy back? Buyback. No, he didn't. Only the... Okay, 1, 2. Okay, so one person on each team bought back. And the tier 2 tower does stand. Way Too Sexy, getting the black hole off at the last possible moment, but he was one hit away, and Aki made sure to deal with that. And well, Way Too Sexy really needs to get that Black King bar off sooner. Even if he did, though, he got caught in the RP, and Lifestealer, which is working him down the entire time with that Empower helping out as well. Now S4, not S4, Alliance, going to go for a Roshan attempt. Will be relatively easy to take down with the Desolator and the stuns from Aki. Lifestealer finds a double life, and just like that, this game pretty much tied up again. Team Dignitas definitely do have the gold and experience advantage, yes. But as I said before, it's not going to really come down to the gold and who has more experience. It's going to come down to the positioning. It's going to come down to who can Alliance pick off with the S4 Loda bomb. And if they could take down Way Too Sexy, that's pretty much the biggest pickoff. Fog, yes, he does have a telekinesis, which is a guaranteed disable. It's very annoying to fight against, but is it more annoying to fight against than a black hole? Huge, no, not huge zip in. Thought he was going to go for Aoi in the top lane. But yeah, it's going to depend on who these ultimates could hit on. If Way Too Sexy gets a 5-man black hole, then it's game over for Alliance. If Bulldog gets 5-man RP, it's game over for Team Dignitas, and at that point, it doesn't really matter how much gold or what level you are, because you're going to get wiped once you get hit by one of those big ultimates. So this game, really, these two graphs, not really going to mean a thing. However, I still will reference them as far as item progression and looking at how the carries are farming. Loda is going to do a lot of damage, but he needs to build up an MKB to actually have an effective way to deal with this Gyrocopter, who is now going to start to defend this top lane. Has Butterfly completed. Looks like he's going to just hold the Ogre Club. Very interesting decision there. Loda on the front lines, possibly will get hit by a call down. Way Too Sexy looking for a Malphite stun. Will land onto Loda, but instantly he will rage. Or just walk away, no big deal. Earn charge instantly canceled by the stray tower shot, but you know, Alliance do have that extra life, so they're probably looking to fight right now. Do have an RP, everything is available for them, but same token, everything is available for Team Dignitas as well. So where's S4 actually? I cannot find him. There he is. S4 gonna find a haste rune. Won't really help him too much in the fights. He will be able to move around a little bit more. I'm pretty sure if you pop a haste rune, when you use Electric Vortex, you get slowed, but if you have a haste rune, you can just pop a Vortex and run away. Oh, Universe, good target to go for, but here's the BKB from Way Too Sexy. Gonna get a 2-man in that black hole. Instantly, S4 is down. Loda, where's the damage? They need to bring down Loda quicker. He will get back-to-back, and there's the Aegis. Aki down. Getting hit by the second missile. Right clicks from Aoi, from Fog. Will kill off the Lina. Loda's gonna resurrect, but he is all alone. Instantly stunned by that Malefice. Loda gonna try to go for Aoi, but he doesn't have any true sight. Now on the run. Is there any more disable? Needs a telekinesis. Blink forward, silence. Loda cannot do anything to escape this, and it's 3 down for Alliance. They did still have an RP in the end, but Universe with a fantastic bait right there. trying to get S4 to jump in on him, and hey, it worked. Bought time for Way Too Sexy to just walk his slow Enigma ass into position and get a two-man black hole, instantly cleaning up S4, and then Loda soon after to follow. So very good bait, effective baiting from Team Dignitas. Universe did get out of there alive as well. So really, what more can you ask for? Aoi doing the damage in the back once again, keeping his distance, maintaining his spacing, and that's so far something that Aoi has been doing incredibly well this game. It's going to also lead them to a tier 2 tower, so they're going to have to fight the backdoor regen 4, but they will in the end get it. They also did bring down the Aegis, so I guess that's it was a 4 for 0 instead of a 3 for 0. So Team Dignitas taking a very good fight over Alliance, but keep in mind that wasn't really the most effective initiation from Alliance. S4 jumped in without the Lifestealer inside of him. Bulldog was nowhere to be found. He had his mech, he had his Blink Dagger available, but they were unused in that fight. Something that they have to worry about, though, is the fact that Loda, not farming as fast as the enemy Gyrocopter, does have a Desolator, an Armlet, and Empower, so I guess that's kind of artificial gold gold per minute with the Empower. But still, Aoi just farming so incredibly quickly. 3,000 gold on him. He's not going to go for a BKB just yet. I guess he figures he's not going to be targeted focus from S4, but I do think a BKB is probably going to come up relatively soon from Aoi. RP will still go through, Demonic Purge will still go through, Lifestealer damage will still go through, but I think blocking off the Lina as well as the Storm Spirit disables will be more than worth it. Disruption as well. Don't really want to give the enemy some of your own illusions. But he does have Lifesteal, Butterfly. This Gyrocopter is actually relatively close to being 6 slotted. What he's going to purchase up. He's going to go straight for Satanic, actually, so Aoi going to find an Aegis replacement. He's pushing out very aggressively by himself. A blink into RP will be a dead Aoi. This Shadow Blade not going to keep him safe, and Shadow Poison will not tag him, instantly going into the invisibility. Oh, is he going to be greedy? Don't be greedy, Aoi. Don't be greedy. Just walk out of there. Just walk away. Walk away. Don't go for the double stack. I know you want to. I know you want to, but that'll lead to your death. But 27 and 26, relatively even score. Instead of looking at the gold per minute chart, let's actually look at how the items are being developed. Way Too Sexy with the Black King bar and 2100, possibly going to go for a Blink Dagger. He has now enough for it. That would definitely help him a lot if he could stay way in the back now. And what did he purchase? Blink Dagger is up in the Enigma, so he could stay now way in the back so that S4, whoever he does go for, as long as it's not Way Too Sexy, he'll be able to blink in and immediately get that respawn black hole. Fogged with nothing, playing that hard support role. Mech as well as what looks like a Shiva is starting to be attempted by Universe. Almost is at that Mystic Staff. Will not help them too much, that attack speed swing. But definitely that additional burst damage will help because the Storm Spirit, although he does have a BKB, is still very soft and he's going to be in the middle of everything. Magnus as well. Satanic up for Aoi. Sneaking going for a BKB of his own. And BKB Orchid on the Storm Spirit doing a little bit better than the Queen of Pain, but because the Storm Spirit is actually getting kills and not getting picked off every fight. Lifestealer gonna go for the MKB, which he really needs to do. Nothing on EGM, nothing on Aki, and Bulldog, Blink Dagger, Mech, and going for a Perseverance. I know that's gonna be a refresher orb, but I kind of hope that he goes into a Battle Fury just because I have not seen a real quote unquote carry Magnus before. But I think they'll be fine with having all their hopes into the Loda basket. S4 with Loda inside of him, possibly going to catch off Fogged. Does have drums now. Dragon Slave going to fly through, try to thin the creep wave, but here he comes, S4. Ooh, they should need sight on someone. There he goes, going to go straight for Way Too Sexy. BKB being popped off, but it's not going to help him. We're first against this right-click damage. S4 taking a good amount of damage from Aoi, using that cooldown just as a zoning tool. There's a stun onto someone, not sure who's stunned there, but S4 going to find another one, and now the BKB is up on Aoi, going to take a Laguna Blade straight to the face, skewered back, he's going to catch Fogged on his way back as well. Aoi going to try to take down Loda, will not have enough time, but he's standing his ground with the Satanic, still on full HP, still with that Black Cannon, going to bring down Loda, going to bring down S4, and Aoi doing the damage with the Butterfly, going to find EGM as well. Just a couple more right clicks will kill off the Shadow Demon. Disruption will sit by the Shadow Demon a little bit of time, might actually teleport on out of here, although, Aoi not making it happen. But the Satanic on the Gyrocopter, keeping him alive. I thought that with everyone from Team Dignitas dropping, with the Enigma dropping in an instant, the Rubric following shortly after and sneaking, dying alone in the river, that gyrocopter wouldn't have any support, no one to take any hits, or no one to support this gyrocopter, but I was proven wrong. Gyrocopter don't need no support. He is a strong dwarf guy who don't need no man. He will pop his Satanic and just go to town all over you. That'll give him almost enough money for his BKB, only 300. Until that, maybe he's going to go for some Ancients or go to the bottom lane where there is a ton of farm to be had. But either way, Owie manning up 1v4 pretty much. I mean, yes, he did have a little bit of preliminary support from his teammates, but his teammates were mostly just bags of meat to distract the enemies from the real problem that is the stacked Gyrocopter. And if Gyrocopter can keep getting this farm and keep doing the damage, then he's really going to be a huge force in the next 5-10 minutes. But he is, once again, almost 6 slotted, so his peak is going to start to hit relatively soon, whereas everyone from Alliance still has a long way to go. That Butterfly really helping him out versus the right clicks of S4 as well as Loda. If you could dodge even one of those hits from the Lifestealer, that is going to just be so much damage that you don't have to deal with that's coming your way. And Owie can actually sell the Ogre Club, so not going to go for a BKB at all. I guess he figures between this lifesteal as well as the evasion, he's durable enough to just stand there and fight and take everything. He's going to go for a Demon Edge. Could be crit, could be an MKB. Maybe a crit would be more worth it, I feel. Because if Lifestealer is armlet toggling, if he's always on low HP, then you've got to chunk him down really hard, as opposed to do damage to everyone. So it might be, it doesn't really matter in actuality, because there's no evasion, there's no Butterfly or Drunken Haze or anything like that Owie has to worry about to get an MKB. But either way, he's going for more damage, opting for the survivability from the Satanic and Butterfly. He's going to say that that's enough. Everyone from Dignitas up on this top lane still waiting for a way too sexy black hole that is not is preempted by him and not by S4, but S4 so far doing a pretty good job. 15-6-9 is getting a lot of farm, really starting the fights off for Alliance in a big way by picking out one of the key targets. I think if he keeps going for way too sexy, that is going to be the best way for Alliance to start those fights. There's no black hole. Well, first of all, it just puts the fight instantly at a 4v5, and hell, you want to fight 4v5s all the time, if you are the 5, of course. But also taking out that huge black hole means that there's really nothing that could lock down your team aside from the wall of vac, which, yes, it does do a lot of damage, but most likely you're not going to be able to burst down Universe. Way too sexy, you are going to be able to burst down him. S4 might be in a little bit of trouble, however, does have a lot of mana to get out of here, but here comes the Dignitas squad. S4, he gots to go, man. They're going to spot him out, going to teleport a long, long way, and he will be fine to teleport on out of there. Blink forward from way too sexy, a little bit too late. Pretty much impossible to gank a Storm Spirit with a BKB and full mana. It's unless you get a smoke gank on him with an instant telekinesis, probably not going to happen. But either way, Alliance have lost all their tier 2 towers, whereas Dignitas have all of theirs still up. They want it. Brax's got to be careful pushing against this Magnus though. RP still is a sizable threat. Black hole can be used to counter it off, but here we go. S4 prepping for the Roshan. Owie gonna go straight for it. Do they have vision on the high ground? Because Flat Cannon can kill S4 right now, which would be friggin' hilarious. But S4, he's gonna try to jack the Aegis right now, or at least take a Roshan fight. If Bulldog can get in there, then he should be able to make things happen. Everyone from Dignitas completely spotted out by S4, and they have no idea that this is happening. Owie is soloing Roshan, so to Dignitas' credit, they don't have to clump up in that Roshan pit, so any initiation will happen onto Owie and onto Owie alone. EGM, is he going to throw out a Shadow Poison? Yes, he is. He's going to let Dignitas know that they know where they are. LSA going to land onto the illusion, and looks like they're just going to bail out and out of there. They don't want to fight this, though. Actually, sneaking in to find Aki, going to pull back as well. The Ion Shell doing some pretty heavy damage. Lifestealer taking out Fogged in the meantime, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Fogged a little bit out of position, went the complete opposite direction from the rest of his team. Now Loda straight into the Roshan pit. Are they going to be able to jack this Aegis? It will be very, very close. EGM playing games with them. S4 going to jump out, and Lifestealer does in the end pick up the Aegis. BKB is up from way too sexy, looking for a black hole into someone. Admiral Bulldog looking for an RP as well, but can't with that Blink Dagger constantly being cancelled by that Shadow Strike. Vacuum back, Admiral Bulldog going to be the sacrificial lamb. 2 down for Alliance, but the Roshan does go to Alliance. Loda with a double life with an MKB as well. But they're going to have to face up against a 4-man push from Team Dignitas. Black Hole still up, Call Down, Sonic Wave all still up, and RP not available. He can buy back, but then he'll be really, really far away from his Refresher Orb. There's going to be a lot onto S4 and Loda. Can they make this happen? If they could solo out the Queen of Pain, I feel will probably be the most viable target to go for. Looks like actually it's not going to be a problem for them at all, because they're not going to get their lanes pushed. So Team Dignitas kind of getting baited out of the Roshan pit. Very effective play from Aki there. Not sure if that was the plan or not, but hell, having Lina being just out there, and then the Storm Spirit as well as the Shadow Demon playing outside the Roshan pit, trying to get Team Dignitas to go for them, did buy them enough time so that Loda can just right-click down the Roshan. He does a ton of damage versus single targets with the Desolate. Oh, vacuum back onto EGM. Shiva's Guard gonna hit all three of them. Call down as well. Sneaking gonna come in with that Sonic Wave onto Aki. Black Hole gonna catch EGM as well as Loda. Do they have enough damage to bring down this Lifesteal with the Wall of Replica? They damn well should have enough. They will. Aegis is gonna drop. S4 is gonna come right in with the BKB, but Aoi still very healthy. 3-man is gonna get caught in that RP, skewering back up to the high ground. 2 down immediately. Aoi gonna pop the Satanic. Just go to town onto everyone. He is tanking everyone onto Alliance. No flat cannon available just yet, but he's going to go to town onto 1. He's looking for 2. He's going to Shadow Blade out of there. He's not going to look for 2. But an RP onto 3 and Fogged, trying to get that gem. He's going to pay for it with his life, however, and he's going to turn around and try to burst down S4. Not going to happen. But Aoi, he's just doing so much damage. He's taking these giant ultimates straight to the face. No big deal. Pop off the Satanic, 8-click into the enemy's base. Unfortunately, his flat cannon ran out at just the worst timing, and he let a lot of people escape with just a little bit of HP. But the Gyrocopter is definitely doing the damage. However, Team Dignitas, the rest of them, but Darkseer is still pulling his weight, way too sexy, with a good black hole that time. But they're just definitely not as durable as Aoi, and Alliance with their AoE is going to clear them out, whether or not they are actually aiming to do so. Just getting the Enigma hit by stray spells, or the Rubik getting hit by stray spells, is going to hurt him an incredible amount. Oh, sorry. Aoi, though, with his Daedalus finished, pretty much almost maxed out now. Level 25, most gold per minute in the game. Net worth showing ridiculous numbers right now. That's damage. That's damage and health that Loda is going to have to crack through, but I'm not sure if he actually can, especially once the Satanic pops off. They need to chain stun Aoi, but I think a Boots of Travel into a BKB, or Divine Rapier, maybe. Divine Rapier. Did someone say Divine Rapier? I'm pretty sure someone said that. I'm pretty sure someone said Divine Rapier. Where the hell is this courier going? Like, there's no gem over there. Where are you going, courier? But I don't know if Aoi is going to go for more damage or for more survivability. I mean, clearly Alliance cannot burst him down unless they go from him from the get-go. But who knows? Gyrocopter has his options pretty wide open. Probably a Boots of Travel, maybe Boots of Travel, so he doesn't have to hold both the Town Portal Scroll as well as Phase Boots. But S4 gonna catch Aoi. Doesn't have enough damage to bring him down. He's actually gonna get forced back. Everyone from Dignitas actually coming up here, sneaking with the Haste Rune, and S4 is gonna bail as fast as possible. The missile is going to spot him out, but actually they might run into Bulldog, who did save his buyback from the previous fight. He's now well on his way to his Refresher Orb, only 200 until that. If he gets 2 RPs onto Aoi, then they should have enough to bring him down. Even through the Butterfly, even through the Satanic durability, they should have enough. They land 2 RPs on him. So far the RPs from Magnus have actually been pretty good. Been constantly catching 3 people, 4 people. The problem is that there's really no follow-up aside from that. They need to actually bring those the Dignitas heroes down during the duration of that RP, and, well, I mean, clearly that's not happening. Now, however, Dignitas might be in for a pincer movement. Loda gonna spot out Fogged, and Fogged is so very dead. Open wounds and disruption, layering just a little bit. Fogged, though, dead in an instant. There's a black hole, gonna catch only Loda. Universe gonna drop the wall only for Loda, and Aoi is gonna solo and kill only Loda. It's gonna be worth it in the end because the highest damage dealer from Alliance is down. S4 gonna try to kill Sneaking, but he's gonna juke him the other way around, and it looks like everyone else is going to fall back. S4 will teleport out of there. That's when Aoi wishes he has an MKB. But it's going to be a trade. Fogged for the Lifestealer, but not only that, it's Fogged, Black Hole, Sonic Wave was used? No, not Sonic Wave. Call Down was used, Wall was used in exchange for the Lifestealer. I think Dignitas are going to be okay with that, though. Clearly, it's going to give them a Tier 3 tower, but there's no more damage from Alliance. I mean, who's going to do the damage? S4 does a little bit, and there's a double Refresher Orb on the other end, but there's not enough damage from Alliance right now. They're so reliant on their Lifestealer to be that dedicated right-clicker. It's like if Aoi died, they would not have any damage on the Team Dignitas side. There's the Disruption as well as an LSA. Aoi's going to take some pretty heavy hits, but still does have the Satanic. S4, straight for Sneaking after he blew up Aki, though. Actually, Shadow Demon with, wow, what the hell? That was some sick damage. Going to go back to that one, 46 minutes in. Way Too Sexy gonna get secured back. RP1 has been used. RP2 has been used as well, but there's no damage. He's gonna secure them both up to the high ground. Mech being popped up. Way Too Sexy still alive. Gonna try to surge his way out of there, but he's getting blocked just a little bit. EGM on the run from the Dark Sphere. Where is the Rubik? He is still in base. Queen of Pain getting out of there just barely with her life. So Alliance using 2 RPs to just barely hold their Raxes. Gyrocopter's back though. He has a TP scroll and he's pissed. He wants this mid lane, but he's gonna have to deal with the Lifestealer. No, he's not gonna have to deal with an RP at all. But he does have Universe as well as Fog to support him, so they can just go for a 3-man push. It's going to be 3v4, but this Gyrocopter probably could carry the weight of a couple heroes. Gonna look for a rune if that was a double damage. That would have been very useful for him, to say the least. 46 minutes in, I'm not sure how the hell the Shadow Demon managed to pop down Aoi that quickly, because there was no Satanic involved. I'm pretty sure it was just Shadow Poison. Shadow Poison amplified by the curse, maybe? I'm going to look back at that once this game ends, 46 minutes in. See what exactly happened to Aoi there, but he died a lot faster than I thought he would, quite honestly. Everyone from Team Dignitas, with the exception of Way Too Sexy, is now positioned in this mid lane. They already cracked the tier 3s, brought the racks down relatively low, and Way Too Sexy is coming straight in. Does not have a black hole for another 40 seconds. Wall, though, is up. It is level 3 as well. And Aoi still stacked. He's going to look to just right-click into the enemy base. Loda is still alive, however, and they don't have a black hole to deal with the Lifestealer. No way to disable him either, so they're going to have to man-fight him. And man-fighting a Lifestealer is always a dangerous proposition. They're going to go for it, though. Maybe wait 20 seconds and then go for it. Fogged, going to steal something. He's going to steal Shockwave, so another creep clearing tool. Not the best skill to steal. I'm sure you would like to have an LSA or something like that, but Tier 2 getting pushed down a little bit by Loda as well as S4. They're most likely going to jump. Loda's going to jump at S4, and S4 is going to teleport back once the Raxes are in danger. But if they do teleport in range of Enigma, it's going to be an instant black hole. Aoi going to shred the creep wave, not using flat cannon just yet, saving it for the Raxes, and is he going to go to the high ground? They do have the black hole. Yes, this is their time. They want to go in right now. Disruption onto that from the Shadow Demon. They're going to go straight for Fog, bring the Rubik down in an instant, but is the Rubik really the most important target? Way Too Sexy. Going to get his mech on him. Black hole completely missing everything. This could be disastrous, though. Aoi still can do the damage. Bulldog trying to get in there with 1 RP. Will not make it happen. He's silenced. He's going to drop as well. S4 on the run. He's very low on HP. He's just barely going to get brought down by the Gyrocopter flat cannon. Now the Raxes are in danger. Where is Loda? Still in his base. The Raxes, though, have been taken. Everyone from Team Dignitas going to fall on out. S4 needs to burn mana if he wants to catch anyone. It's not going to happen, though. Alliance lose their Raxes. Going for Fogged. I'm not sure if that's actually worth it. Even with a completely whiffed black hole from Way Too Sexy, they take the Raxes because Aoi does so much damage. They need to bring down Enigma. They need to bring him down. I mean, in that case, it was kind of a moot point since Enigma missed. But they can't really... I don't think they can afford to go for Rubik. They waste so much damage potential. They waste the long cooldown of the Electric Vortex. It's 20 seconds. I think this spell, its cooldown is way too long. But then again, I don't know how to play Storm Spirit, so I'm very reliant on that spell to actually be of any use to my team. But either way, they waste a lot of their big cooldowns killing a Rubik who, yes, the null field is really annoying and the telekinesis is going to be a pain, but oh, I'm pretty sure I heard someone say Divine Rapier before. Didn't someone say that? I'm sure someone in the crowd said it. But Aoi gonna go for the big items. I don't think it's gonna be Radiance, guys. They already did take the melee racks though, possibly feeling a little bit of confidence since Roshan is going to revive in just under a minute. And if Gyrocopter can take that, it would be absolutely huge though. Is he going to ditch his boots for it? Because he's kind of running out of item slots here. Gonna need a little bit more if he wants to get the Aegis, or sell the boots and then just, you know, move into the base. Would kind of be a desperation act that would kind of be unwarranted, I would feel. Oh, Aki might be in a little bit of trouble. No, he's not. S4 with Lifestealer inside of him on the high ground. 2 RPs are up, and Roshan is going to be a death trap for Team Dignitas if they do go in. The RP is going to land, and they don't even have a black hole, not yet. They're going to have to wait a minute for this to happen unless Admiral Bulldog gets silenced, gets pulled back. Disaster strikes, although here comes S4 as well as Loda. Going to go straight for sneaking, call down, as well as the wall going to get dropped down. Loda going to go straight for Aoi instead. Aoi going to pop his Satanic, going to try to stand and fight. He will make it happen. Loda's going to drop. Admiral Bulldog securing himself to the high ground for an RP, only gets 1 off. Hits onto Aoi, but there's no damage to follow up. S4 trying to get his way out of the pit, but he is stuck in there. The enemy Lifestealer Illusion is going to deal that damage, and Fog stealing the pull is going to finish off the Lina. Now this is going to be Roshan as well. And if Aoi gets the right click, the last right click from this, that would give him enough if he sells the phase boots to pick up the Divine Rapier and have the Aegis of the Immortal. Do it, Aoi. Oh, damn it. But anyway, it looks like Alliance on the brink of losing this game. Not saying this is going to mean anything, but still oh wow, experience in favor of Alliance. That's really surprising, actually. Gold vastly in favor of Team Dignitas, but they're going to go straight for the bottom lane. Wave Sexy has a blink black hole, and Magnus, not even alive, doesn't have enough money for buyback either. Aoi just doing so much damage, going to push everyone from Alliance back, and Loda, really the problem for him is that he wasn't able to get onto the target that he actually wanted, because S4, his means of getting into the fight, well, good job Bogd, you almost saved Loda from the black hole. But really, Loda's means of getting into that fight were not there, because the person he was always going for was Fogged. And yeah, they killed Fogged, which is all well and good, but then Loda is stuck in the back. He doesn't have the like a surge or anything else. He doesn't have a secondary infest to get into the fight for a second time. And when you drop off your lifestealer, you have to drop him off right next to his target, and the most important target, whether that's Aoi, whether that's Way Too Sexy or Sneaking or whoever. They need to be able to bring down that key target, and they brought down Rubik, but quite frankly, Rubik is not a key target to go for, and then Lifestealer wasn't able to do the damage. Combine that with the fact that Lifestealer just simply did not have as much as Aoi, means that Team Dignitas are going to walk away from this 52-minute game with a victory. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this cast, let me know with comments, subscriptions, likes, all that good stuff. If you did not enjoy it, then let me know why. Other than that, we're going to be moving on to the final deciding game between Alliance and Team Dignitas to see who's going to move on to the playoff bracket. Thanks for watching, guys. GG. I think this thing is broken. Oh well. GG.